the memory. Now he walks in quiet solitude, the forest and the streams, seeking grace in every step he takes. His sight has turned inside himself to try and understand the serenity of a clear blue mountain lake, or of the Colorado Rocky Mountain high. I've seen it raining fire in the sky. You talk to God and listen to the casual reply. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Now his life is full of wonder, but his heart still knows some fear of a simple thing he cannot comprehend. Why they try to tear the mountains down to bring in a couple more people, more scars upon the land. But the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it raining fire in the sky. I know he'd be a poor man if he never saw an eagle fly. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it raining fire in the sky. Turn from fire and everybody's high. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. 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 There we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce a wonderful friend of mine, and most of you know him as Father Andre, which that is who he is. So now, without further ado, our favorite priest, Father Andre Mahana.
Well, today prayer takes a different form. It takes the form of a family, like Ab, Caroline, their children, Steve, and a very special day today. It takes the form of a nation. It takes the form of a community, a society, a gathering, a state. The media, the people are here with us, the younger people, the beauty. I was impressed upon entering the house that more beautiful than everything else I've seen in this wonderful house was the smile of Caroline and the appreciation of the beauty that Ed has and his sense of knowing history and valuing history. My friends, I want to greet America with Thanksgiving prayer, first of all on this day, for the souls of all those who defended our freedom, to allow us to smile and to be happy and to rise and to raise a flag on the buildings of all of our nations, on every state capital, in our homes. Today, this flag, we honor it along with the flag of our state, and we pray for young eagle who is about to fly on a major and wonderful campaign, to be a server, an ordinary citizen, yet to serve and to help with collaboration of all of us here. Let us take a moment to thank God for America. and now united to all the children of the good faith, and trusting in God and this nation under one God. I want to bless our families, our armed forces who are serving abroad and serving here, from all my heart, with our president, our government, and our future governor, hopefully, not to definitely disregard anyone else who's running for a campaign, but I want to cherish his moral values, his faith, his love, and I want to cherish his faithfulness, his role model in leadership. I want to tell him, a faithful and a happy nation is a nation that is faithful to its conscience. In my connection and relationship with Steve, I have cherished him because he's an ordinary citizen with a big smile, yet with depth in knowledge, persistence, perseverance, awareness, and deep, deep wisdom. I pray, O Lord, that through the conscience of that man, and the people who are assisting him through his campaign as he launches it today on this symbolic and beautiful day of Independence Day, that he will give a new form of a government that is faithful to our Constitution, that is faithful to honor the flag of our nation, that is faithful to honor and cherish and uphold all those who serve in our public offices, to merge and to be part of a legacy that knows how to connect a world of old values to a world of new needs. O Lord, you are our help in the age past. You are our hope for years to come. Today, I ask you to bless this home, the home of Steve, his mom, his dad, his brothers, his siblings, his family, and all the guests who are here present. I ask you to forgive the sins and the shortcomings of our nation. I ask you to protect those who are doing good in our nation. O Lord, beneath the shadow of your throne, allow United States to rise again as an eagle, to go beyond all oceans, from sea to shining sea, to take the values of our Judeo-Christian faith before every hill, before every ruler of the world, to bring justice back, mercy and hope and love to our people. And for here, the children of Colorado, for 1,000 ages to come, allow us, O Lord, to be remembered along with the native people who came here and with whom sometimes we fought, sometimes we succeeded building a society that is today known as United States of America, to be your arm of joy, prosperity, right of ownership, freedom of all kinds, but yet the freedom of religion and anything that is pleasing to you. And finally, O Lord, as time passes through the storms and through the battles, we pray that our flag will remain standing as a symbol of our unity as one nation under God. Amen. Amen.
Please join me now in the Pledge of Allegiance. So you can tell me you have multiple flags around here. We have one here, 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 and back there, and we have one. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Before I start, I'd like to say when the wind comes up, I think of my grandfather. And I only knew him for a little part of my life. But Dad always told me a story that he hated the extreme weather in Colorado. I mean the hail, the late freeze, and everything. When it used to hail, we have a little garden, but Grandpa had a big garden. And he used to take it like the old country. He'd take it a hatchet, turn it upside down, and put it in the garden to try preventing for hail. So the little wind that comes up, blows the flags, it gives me a little remembering of what the stories my dad told me, not my grandpa. So I appreciate appreciate that. Give me a second right now. It's tough talking about family sometimes. Now let's get this where I was at. Oh, we got a little. That's the feedback.
There we go. Technical difficulties, we all have.
Media, you're killing me, but I know you love me. There we go. I like you guys being here. Thanks so much. We are gathered here today to celebrate the birth of our country with a 4th of July party. It's Barlock, you know how we like to do this. I would like to take a moment, though, to remember all the people who fought so hard and sacrificed their lives so we could be here today. We thank all who have served and are serving still today. And for those who are gathered here today with us, we thank you for your service. We are also here because some of you have heard I have a political announcement to make. Having been part of 2 political victories, I think it's time for one of my own. As a son of Colorado, I am a Barlock, a Campbell, a Helbig, a Johns, a Champion, a Mitchell, and a Kapalooka, and many others by marriage. We are all family and true to Colorado. Friends of these great families are always treated like family because we are Coloradans. We are pioneers of the 1860s, miners and tenors such as Bergen Johns in Central City. We are politicians such as Honest John Helbig of the Silver Republican Party in 1887. We are justices of the peace such as Colin Campbell in Jefferson County. We are even related to George Washington by marriage. Most recently, in the 1910s, we came from Slovakia and Germany. Austrian-Hungarian immigrants came to America. They spoke many languages, but they chose to make English their own. We saw America at its worst. My grandfather's store was burned down by the KKK in Illinois because he was Eastern European. So in Colorado, he came and made it our home. In Golden, he raised foxes and bought a general store. And the home in Golden is now nationally recognized as a historical landmark. In Denver, he built the building on 46th and Tennyson, the music bar. In Arvada, he had a farm and the old Arvada Tavern, which during the war, before the war, used to be called the Bavarian Tavern. But because of that discrimination, again, he changed it to avoid it. He was a businessman, a business owner, and a staunch Republican. My grandfather and my oldest uncle helped Lloyd King open the first King Sippers. They worked there as meat cutters. We are World War I and II veterans. We are Army, Navy, Air Force. We are lawyers, doctors, dentists, artists, educators, business owners, hard-working blue-collar workers, and honest white-collars. We are CU, School of Mines, Air Force, DU, Metro State, Regis, Loretta Heights, and UNC. My family's history is what makes me proud to be a Coloradan, to have family and friends who drive me to be the best at whatever I choose to do. Friends and family are everything to me, and I thank you for being here. I went down the road to Christ the King and was fortunate to be schoolmates with our new Supreme Court Justice Gorsuch. His sister and his younger brother went to Christ the King also, and I was classmates with JJ, his youngest brother. Christ the King's where I learned about religion alongside Gorsuch and other great Coloradans. I went to Hill Middle School, and we had the first bilingual program in Denver. I then was bused down to Manual High School and took advanced classes at our sister school, Denver East. My first job
was at 13, up at Crestmore Park, teaching tennis for Denver Parks and Recreation. For 11 years, I was teaching, coaching, promoting, and managing youth and adults. I have reflected on recent educational changes with my younger brother, who has been a teacher for 16 years. We have seen challenges to both public and private education in Colorado. And we both agree we are tired of the swamp. It has used Colorado's youth as a testing ground for social engineering to experiment, to spend taxpayer money on unproven programs, to profit those who use public funds for themselves. Forcing these expensive programs to inflate budgets is no way to provide for our future. We need to fit all in for Colorado. We need a budget that treats students, parents, teachers, and taxpayers fairly. We must stop rewarding experimentation by social parasites. We have to offer a budget that is fair for all in Colorado. Thanks, Grandpa. I graduated Metro State with a degree in finance and an emphasis in real estate, and a minor in 20th century history. I earned a tennis scholarship and worked many jobs to pay for my education. I went to school with many people who did the same. We all worked jobs at times that are now considered by elites jobs only an illegal alien will do. I graduated from Metro State. I was happy with that degree. I worked the stock show. I worked Red Rocks part-time. I worked large and small retail to pay for that tuition. With my college degree, I was able to become a real estate broker and work for myself. I helped individuals obtain their dream of a home. My education and work experience have taught me that communicating with everyone leads to a better life. It is this gift of communication I enjoy the most. I love talking to people and finding out why they love Colorado so much. But they also tell me the struggles Colorado has given them. As many of you know, Donald Trump announced 2 years ago he was going to run for president of the United States. I attended my first caucus because of that. I became an alternate delegate for my county convention, where very few people believed in Donald Trump. I attended that county convention, and with zeal, I promoted my belief in Donald Trump. I met new people who believed in the fight for Donald Trump to become president. But I did not know that they would play a significant part weeks later. And I became an alternate delegate for the Congressional and State Conventions. The whole day at the Congressional Convention, I was filmed and interviewed by media for my colorful outfit and my outspoken belief in Donald Trump. But I did not earn a spot there. I had asked a politician friend for a little helpful advice on how to become a delegate. But he looked out for himself. He lied and offered no support. I decided at the state convention I would fight for a spot at the national convention. Little did I know the swamp had already decided Colorado's fate and did its very best to take out anyone who would challenge it.
Yes.
But the new friends I had made had a plan. In combination with hard work and willingness to engage people, and with the support of a good family member from the NRA, I was able to earn myself an alternate delegate spot at the National Convention. At the National Convention, I continued to do the same, to speak my mind in support of Trump. I did numerous interviews with media from around the world. I made new friends who supported Trump as I did before, but the establishment did not quit. Colorado was its pawn. A few Colorado Trump supporters had to watch the rest of the Colorado delegation try to take down our now president.
Yes.
But thank God the rest of the United States was sick of the swamp and managed to push down the Colorado Rebellion. For my loyalty to our now president, I was given the honor of being one of the 9 Republican Electoral College members of Colorado. When I got back to Denver, I was asked to become a county co-chair for Trump campaign. After a few events and a little training, I found the location that would now become the only Trump office in the state that wasn't engulfed by the GOP establishment. We were all Trump in the middle of downtown Denver. Freaking Hillary out. Everything was looking to come together. We were joined by sportsmen for Trump, gays for Trump, women for Trump, Asian Indians for Trump, Hispanics for Trump, pipe fitters for Trump. The Energy Coalition came out in support of Trump. But once again, the establishment was striking out hard at Trump supporters. Many quit the campaign, feeling they had to work with the Colorado GOP establishment within offices staffed with anti-Trump people. I decided to stay on, but without pay, in a full-time volunteer role. I was not going to leave Trump's office to be corrupted by the establishment. With the swamp against us, it was nearly impossible to win Colorado. But a small group of us did just what we've been doing from the start. We continued spreading Trump's messages far and wide and believing in the message. When I was told by a GOP member that I had to make friends with people who worked against me, I said, they'll come to my side when they see what we're doing. I always knew what we were doing was right. Many did come to our side in the end, but it was too late to turn Colorado red in 2016. What we accomplished was greater than winning the state. By forming coalitions that reached nationwide, we changed the direction of Hillary's campaign. We made Colorado a player even though the establishment was against us. Against the odds, we narrowed the margin to just a small loss. That was costly for the Democrats. Colorado was not red again, but we won the country. Anybody on that? As I knew back then, Donald Trump was the only Republican Party candidate who could win the presidency over Hillary Clinton. I knew this from the very beginning when he came down the escalator in New York. My knowledge and experience with people told me he was the right man. Some even said, "You have great vision, Steve." But really, it was just my experience with people that told me Trump was the one who could work for America over all other directions the country had been going. I can tell you that there is no one established candidate who has announced or is considering announcing as a Republican candidate for governor who can win this state. This swamp still does not understand the people. So what's a man to do? A man who knows the state who can be won. He talks it over with family and friends and hatches a plan. You know they don't want you in the race when offers to become a candidate for state representative all the way up to a United States congressman come across your plate. These offers mean that Trump supporters in the state have the leverage to pick the next governor.
Yes.
We know that only a true Trumper knows how to talk to the voters who got us so close. Someone who's seen how the swamp acts, who may be able to persuade some of them to come over for the love of Colorado. Someone who once was an independent, or an unaffiliated as they're called now, who came over this party because of Donald Trump. We know that independent Coloradoans voted for Proposition 108, They did this so they would have a choice in a two-party system that selects 99.9% of the winners. A true Trumper knows an underdog, the one that they won't take seriously because he's not part of the establishment. His time has come. I'm the definition of a Republican in its simplest form. Less government, less taxes. Keep the government out of our business. Make sure there is fair playing field for everyone to succeed. Keep us safe. Enforce the laws and make sure they are fair and just. Make sure the necessities, such as water and electric and housing, are priced fairly and available to all. Keep outside establishment regulations from harming our farms and away from our bountiful state resources. The commercialism of the label conservative and moderate has fractured the Republican Party. We must come together. If I am asked to define who I am in the Republican Party, I will state I am an independent Republican, meaning that we all have our own situational beliefs. All the beliefs in the party do not always fit everyone in the party, nor do they need to. Our values are unique, and we should strive to have a government that will protect our freedoms and ensure laws are just and followed. If I run for governor, I will be the only Republican candidate in the current political field who is truly loyal to Donald Trump from the very beginning. I will be the only candidate who truly believes in making America great again. Since President Trump is fighting so hard to give us back our state rights, I know that I am the only candidate that will be all in for Colorado, and therefore making America great again. A financially strong Colorado is a key factor to making America great again. We must honor our state's history. We must honor the debts promised our citizens and workers made by past Colorado governments. We must make sure our pension system, PARA, is fully funded. Just as I expect the promises I make when I am governor to be honored after my 2 terms. Yay! I will honor those promises made before me because they were made to the people of Colorado. Colorado has been leading the race and has become one of the nation's fastest growing states. My cousin drives the number 3 Barlock race car, Legend Series, throughout the state, and has been racing has been part of life for many in my family. But just as any race leader knows, you can't win the race on bald tires and an empty tank. You have to slow down, pit, get new tires, make adjustments, and get back on the track. Because if you don't, your car won't perform, you will lose, crash or burn, or even hurt others, and not even finish at all. In Colorado, we need to make time for a pit stop of government.
Yes.
Pit stops are about preventing problems before something goes wrong, so that you can continue on and win the race. Just like a good pit crew, I am not just a problem solver. I am a problem avoider. We need this pit stop to ensure Colorado's future. We need to ensure that our debts to Colorado citizens are able to be paid, even if it requires cutting programs or selling assets that our gambling funds have bought. So be it. Second, we must go back to the courts and fight for our water. If we continue to grow at this pace, we cannot subject citizens and farmers to a drought caused by a weak government. Our infrastructure has not been secured. For far too long, the swamp has left it unattended, hoping to leverage projects for their friends. For years, business individuals have wanted lower taxes and less regulations, but the swamp never looked at it that way. We need to protect the taxpayer bill of rights. Stop taxes which are not voted on for by the people. Once a special tax is set to go away, no government official should have the right to try to extend it. Last, we live in this great state of Colorado. Everyone who comes here says it's one of the greatest places in the United States. We are growing at such a fast pace, we no longer need to incentivize businesses to come here to Colorado by offering tax breaks. Our state is a valuable product that does not need to be rebated or put on sale. We should offer all businesses and individuals great opportunities, but we do not need to spend money to pick winners and losers. If we are all in for Colorado, we can all win. Now, this is a quote from a friend of mine who can't be here today, James O'Brien. He's a publisher of Campaigns and Elections magazine. He worked 200 campaigns in 26 states, and we were proud to have him as part of the Denver Trump team. I heard the Bush and Romney families both got relatives into the Colorado governor's race. So this powerhouse won't suck all the media oxygen out of the room and take the state with an ignited, built-in, statewide grassroots network. He's loved. He's hated. He likes to have his name on things. The media can never get enough of this guy. He speaks his mind, damn the consequences. Sound familiar? Hashtag Barlock for gun. The opposition is getting hashtag Barlocked again. The swamp does not need to ask why a Bush or Romney are running for governor. Not at all. To my family and friends who ask me why I'm joining the race, I'm joining to win. Besides my obvious love for Colorado, family, and friends, I don't want to pass up an opportunity of being able to protect this great state and guide it to a victorious future. I support my president, and I now want to make sure Colorado does its part to make America great again. Woo. I want to ensure the future generations of my family, my friends, my Coloradans truly have a joyful life. Winning the race is not about having the most people, the most government programs, or becoming further corrupted and owned by the swamp, such as California, Illinois, and New York. Winning means having a better life and less regulations for the citizens of Colorado. Winning means hardworking Coloradans being able to own a home, free and clear. Winning means having a reasonable utility bills and job wages to provide for a great standard of living. Now, if you want me to run for governor,
yay!
I would like you to yell, and I mean yell, all in for Colorado.
All in for Colorado!
I now announce that I am running as a Republican candidate for office of governor of our great centennial state, Colorado. I will be all in for Colorado. I love Colorado, and I ask you for your support.
crashed my parents' 4th of July party. Let's have a beautiful party and enjoy everybody's company. And we usually stay here till lights go out. So you're welcome. Enjoy a wonderful time. And thank you all for coming. Such great listeners.